meeting for June 27, 2023 to order at 7 p.m. In attendance from council, all members, Mr. Myers, who has been excused, and all members of administration are present, except Fire Chief Ted Winnington, Finance Director Carolyn Chagall, and Police Chief Terry Russell. If there's anybody recording this meeting as a courtesy to the public, please identify yourself so that fellow attendees know that they're being recorded. Seeing none, the City of Eastlake is recording this meeting. Legislation proposed. 062701, ordinance to reappropriate for the expenses of the City of Eastlake, State of Ohio, for the period beginning January 1, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, declaring an emergency.
We had to move the $14,293.25 over to Truth Law Enforcement to pay the difference of the insurance for the new vehicle from the new car to the old car. So the difference of $14,293.25 over to from the insurance company.
Is there any questions for the mayor? Seeing none. Also no, Mr. Myers is no attendance. Second on the agenda, 062702, a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to enter into a contract with JTO INC of Metro Ohio, the lowest and best, and most responsible bidder for the Eastlake Surfside Park Spray Park building and full house demolition for the total of $394,800 and declaring an emergency. Mayor?
As you know, the bids were opened last week. We had talking with CT. We're going to go with $394,800. Once you guys pass it, we'll have to schedule with them from the I want to start.
Any questions for the mayor? No. Next we have 062703, resolution authorizing director, the mayor, and director of finance to purchase a 2023 Dodge Durango Pursuit from Orville Chrysler for the total of $42,205 and declaring an emergency. Mayor?
This is the car replaced the one that was totaled from the car accident with the car that ran head on into our police car.
Any questions for the mayor? Seeing none. This is 062704, a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to purchase the outfitting for the new 2023 Dodge Durango Pursuit vehicle from Hall Public Safety Upfitters for the total of $19,849.49 and declaring an emergency. Mayor?
This is the amount to go on to the new car. We did sell some of the stuff in the old car, so usually it's about $30,000. So this is the outfit that car.
Any questions for the mayor? Seeing none. Next, 062705, a resolution declaring it necessary and determining to proceed with acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving, maintaining, and repairing improvements necessary for making improvements to the base erosion along properties within the city, included within the Lake Community Shoreline Special Improvement District, together with all necessary improvements thereto, and declaring an emergency.
Council guys okay that, and then the second one, 062706, will show the parcel numbers of the residents on the appendix that are repairing. Then it can go to the auditor and to the city committee. So they can get their
Any questions for the mayor on enforcement? None. Next, we have 062706, ordinance levy special assessment for acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving, maintaining, and preparing improvements necessary for making improvements to abate erosion along properties within the city improvements thereto and declaring an emergency.
Again, this will be the assessment time of their property for the repairs.
No questions from there? Okay, we have no legislation pending and no miscellaneous. We do not have a chief here. So, the council as a whole committee meeting will be adjourned at 7:06. Call this meeting to order, regular council meeting of June 27, 2023, to order at 7:06. Will Ms. Kraniak please read the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please call the roll. Here. Here. Here.
Here.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the agenda of the regular council meeting for June 27, 2023?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Kraniak.
Yes.
Mr. Ogeechee.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Summers.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. Watt.
Yes, motion carried, but, agenda is approved. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting for June 13, 2023?
So moved.
Is there a second? Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Summers.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Ogeechee.
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Yes, motion carried, minutes are approved. The next council of the whole meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, July 11, 2023 at 7 p.m. at the regular council meeting, immediately following adjournment of the council of the whole committee meeting. There's no motions at this time. We'll move on to committee reports. So we have a Port Authority, I believe.
Yes.
Mr. Summit.
We had a Port Authority meeting on the 15th, and some of the takeaways from that is, the light rings, the purchase started being installed. It's been working. Paving taking place at the drive at kayak launch, and the dredging has been done. It came in actually a little bit above budget, but we ended up discounting it $1,400 to bring it back. Also, during the meeting, they voted to raise the harbor master's salary to $400.
Any questions for Mr. Summit?
Harbor master yet, or that's still an open position? He was in the. Oh.
Any other questions? Seeing none, now go ahead to ECPC committee meeting.
Yes, thank you. We had a meeting, basically we covered the yard of the year, which will be starting now. So anyone who is in the community, like we pick one winner per board. You can nominate a person on Facebook, and we'll get the information out there tomorrow. The second thing we discussed was potentially next year doing a free fishing during Ohio's, free fishing without a license weekend. So they're kind of exploring, doing something for our community. And the third thing we just touched on was, we're doing again the Christmas, business contest, holiday light contest for business owners. So as soon as the yard of the year is done, we're gonna start promoting that, so we can get more business to take part. And that was pretty much it.
Are there any questions, Commissioner? Seeing none, so note that our fire chief.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was actually on call on the freeway, so I apologize for being late.
No need to apologize. Next is going to be recognition of the public. Floor is now open, recognition of the public. I remind speakers that all remarks are to be directed at the chair and will not involve personalities that are limited to 3 minutes per person, 30 minutes total. As a reminder, to maintain order, you can be professional or you'll be escalated. First on the list, Virginia.
Hello.
Hello.
I just wanted to
remind all of you that while you do have eyes outside of your position, you do represent the city at all times. And I think that's really important to remember. And there are some individuals who I don't think represent the city in a good light. And I would like to say that I think there's guilt by association in that. I am more than happy to go into that as your leader, or if you'd like to contact me, more than happy to go over that. But I think there are a lot of great things about our city, and I think that if we could remember that, you know, we're all neighbors and we should act accordingly, that it would be better. Thanks.
Thank you. Next up is Jenna. You state your name and address for the record, please.
Pardon?
You state your name and address for the record, please.
Jenna Bates, 36951 Beach Hills Drive, Willoughby Hills, Ohio. I'm here as the president of the Alliance Against Human Trafficking, and I'm actively following the things that have taken place in Lake County, including the one that captured several people. And all but one of them, I believe, is pled guilty. The other one, you all know very well, and he is working his way through the court system now with a pretrial hearing going on, I believe, July 5th. So come here once. I thought long and hard about this because I've heard that, you know, it's an ongoing case, proven innocent, proven guilty, etc. But I think that being on what previously said, you all represent a city, and if somebody is going through a lawsuit that is has basically damaging reputation for the city and damaging reputation for that person, that they probably should not be, they should be recused for a law from council. And I think that the way to handle this is you all have the power to write ordinances. And I think that an ordinance would maybe be able to be written in a way that could say, if somebody has been arrested and is willing to go to trial, and because that takes a long time, that they should be recused from service until the trial has been settled. It's not saying that they're guilty or anything, it's just saying they are going through something that is an embarrassment and probably should be spending their time on that instead of making decisions for the city when they may not really be the best person to be making those decisions. So I think I would really appreciate if you all would consider an ordinance and it could go into effect now so that with the next election, that if this happens for anybody coming through the next election, it can go into effect on them. Because I know it's hard to write ordinances for your own self in the spur of the moment. You have to wait until after the election for it to impact everybody. But I think that that would be very useful for everybody, and I think it would be useful for any city dealing with this type of situation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, I have Annie. Annette. Okay.
Good evening, Councilman.
Hello. State the name and address, please.
Yes, my name is Annette Mango. I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I live in Detroit. And thank you for having me today. Well, I am also a human traffic survivor, and I've been here before. So I am going to go ahead on and keep it going with, at first I would say that I was a loser before they announced me as being a survivor. So while I was doing this, I was held in jail. I was being talked about. I was doing everything. I was not allowed to be in public. No one lived there and took the time for me. I could not speak for myself. I could not do anything. But ladies and gentlemen, I really feel that it makes me wonder, what do some people have on you? If I think that, and others survivors think, why can't we get this right? Why can't we start right now by putting people on hold by saying we cannot have you in this community. We have to wait. How about take that pay that people are getting and doing it and start doing traffic? How about getting it to nonprofit? How about doing it? Have any one of you even sit up there, have anybody said, hey, let's get flyers going out to prevent this? Has anyone sit up there and said, let's get them to it? I haven't seen it. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard no one from council get into the nonprofit system. Everything. I want to let y'all know that I do have some things to do. Anyone, if you have anything on your keyring, you have anything on your cards or anything, do anything, I don't hear about the stores, I don't hear anything about how these things are doing anything except for the nonprofit that's doing anything for us. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for everyone. We're passing it off. We're trying to act like it's not happening. But it's happening in your own office. It's happening. It might not happen to someone in your family, but this is your family. We need to start looking carefully to ourselves and say, have a great night and have a good day.
If you want to leave anything, you can leave it on this table here, if you like, or
Right.
right up here on the table. All right, thank you. Next we have Carolyn.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tom Tinkoff. I'm a resident of East Lake, 911 Sycamore Court. I am here again to talk about the proceedings before a member of this council. We have been through this probably several times while this individual has not been president of these meetings, but I've talked with most of you. In addition to looking at an ordinance, I think council should think very deeply about adopting a code of conduct. Clearly, there needs to be some guidance for all of you. I understand that this city has concerns about legal exposures and all of that. I'm here to tell you, what about the rights of the rest of us that have done nothing wrong? What about the rights of all of you that have to sit here and listen to all this crap? You know, I feel for you. I really do. And the fact that I'm standing here and having this discussion is just amazing to me. The lack of common sense, the lack of ability to relate to another human being as a person, I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded how you all are okay with that type of representation of your citizens. I really am. But I guess that's the environment we find ourselves in. So I guess we will wait to see how things proceed, in court, and then I'm sure we'll all be back here, and we won't be able to hide those guys in the legal proceedings, and then it's going to get real interesting. So we'll see what happens. But I would highly encourage you all, please adopt some type of code of conduct. I would love to have a job that I continue to get paid when I'm not president because I've got issues going on like this. So that's all I got. The level of frustration is beyond measure. The anger that I have is beyond measure. And the fact that I have to sit here and be polite and professional makes me want to puke all over the place because it is just exhausting. So we'll continue doing this. We're just waiting it out, right? So here we go. Let's continue waiting it out. Thank you.
To fill up the list, is there anybody else who'd like to address council? Name and address, please.
My name is Carol Tinkoff. I'm a member of my court, Mr. Ohio. Hello, Mr. President, and all present here this evening. You've heard from my colleagues, my friends, and my husband. And as a follow-up to sharing information at the last meeting, the Alliance Against Human Trafficking, for whom our president is here and the secretary of a 501c3 right here in Lake County,
is partnering with the GFWC, Ohio Eastside Women's Club, law enforcement agencies, and others to make connections to Lake County community prevention, treatment, and recovery centers to raise awareness in our area for Bridge Day to focus on outreach. The goal is to have all 88 counties participate in a statewide effort. The free school resource officer human training awareness event we're having on July 19th is included in this event. And it features guest speakers, including but not limited to Linda Majestic Howard, Esquire, of the Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost Human Trafficking Initiative Team, Sergeant Gerald Convaldi of the Lake County Sheriff's Office, and Amber Thomas from Crossroads Health. She's the Chief Clinical Officer. Topics will include information relative to the intersection between human trafficking, substance use, mental illness, along with trauma-informed, survivor-centered resources, and more. These participants, local, lake, county, state, and federal, including Homeland Security, who have all been supportive of amplifying this awareness and will be present that day. Ohio School Safety Region 3, including Lake and Geauga counties, SROs, other first responders, frontline workers, educators, the medical community, and advocates who work with youth, adults, human trafficking victims and survivors, and those at risk, along with community members, are all invited to attend. Resource information will be provided. This event is part of a statewide effort driven by the Ohio Department of Public Safety under Governor DeWine. In addition, the Ohio Deflection Association is attempting to coordinate simultaneous events nationally. How do you want to be seen, Eastlake? We are seeking agencies to sponsor the provided lunch from Regovich Catering, and vendor tables can be requested for any interested direct service providers. Thank you for everything you do.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anybody else? Move on. Clerk, please read legislation 062701.
An ordinance to reappropriate for the expenses of the city of Eastlake, state of Ohio, for the period beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full?
So moved.
Is there a second? Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Kusinek?
Yes.
Mr. Summers? Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Mrs. Platten?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Kusinek?
Yes.
Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Mrs. Platten?
Yes. Motion carried. Legislation adopted. Clerk, please read legislation 062702.
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to enter into a contract with JCO Inc. of Metro, Ohio, the lowest and best and most responsible bidder for the Eastlake Surfside Park Parade Park building and the pool house demolition for a total of $394,800 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Kusinek?
Yes.
Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mrs. Platten?
Yes. Motion to adopt.
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Kusinek?
Yes.
Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mrs. Platten?
Yes. Motion carried. Legislation adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation 062703?
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to purchase a 2023 Dodge Durango Pursuit from LaPorte Chrysler for a total of $42,205 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full? Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Kusinek?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Mrs. Platten?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Ms. to purchase the outfitting for the new 2023 Dodge Ram Pursuit vehicle from All Public Safety Outfitters for a total of $19,849.49 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules for second reading and reading in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk please call the roll.
Mr. Oderschmidt?
Yes.
Ms. Krania?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Summitt?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk please call the roll.
Mr. Oderschmidt?
Yes.
Ms. Krania?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Summitt?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes. Motion carried. Legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation 062705?
A resolution declaring it necessary and determining to proceed with acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving, maintaining, and repairing improvements necessary for making improvements to abate erosion along properties within the city included within the Lake Community Shoreline Special Improvement District, together with all necessary appurtenances thereto, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules requiring separate reading and reading in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk please call the roll.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Ms. Krania?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Summitt?
Yes.
Mr. Oderschmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk please call the roll.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Ms. Krania?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Summitt?
Yes.
Mr. Oderschmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes. Motion carried. Legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation 062706?
An ordinance levying special assessments for acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving, maintaining, and repairing improvements necessary for making improvements to abate erosion along properties within the city included within the Lake Community Shoreline Special Improvement District, together with all necessary appurtenances thereto, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. The clerk please call the roll.
Ms. Krania?
Yes.
Mr. Summitt?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Oderschmidt?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. The clerk please call the roll.
Ms. Krania?
Yes.
Mr. Summitt?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Oderschmidt?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes. Motion carried. Legislation is adopted. No legislation pending. We have no unfinished business or new business. We'll move on to administrative reports. We begin with, Mayor and Deputy Director Morley.
Mr. President, welcome to this evening's meeting, everyone. A couple things. First of all, I'd like to thank Kevin and his department, for paving of the 5 roads they did last week. Did pretty quickly. Kevin found through some research and got these larger trucks to the asphalt, saved a lot of time and energy. We have one more street to do, which is 332nd. We'll be doing that until August. That was the grant money we received from the county. We're waiting to see. I think they had nothing lots they left in the past.
What would you say about this one?
The ones that is, we're hoping that some of the bigger trucks will go that to pave it. Also, the fireworks get the 4th of July, we have the stadium, the gates open at 7:30, approximately going up at 9:45. David, I met with one of our companies today, one of our manufacturing. They're gonna try to expand here probably shortly in the next year or so. I also met with 2 or 3 other companies last week that want to expand. Our manufacturing in the city has obviously been doing really well, and we're looking forward to everyone staying in the city and expanding. Also, we have tomorrow, unless it's going to rain continuously, our concert again was rescheduled to the base 5 to 7 in the car cruise tomorrow, July 3rd. We'll have the Charlotte Polka Band rescheduled from last night's cancellation from 7 to 9. We've been discussing it in the mayor's managers meeting, the Senate, and then trying to pass the budget that they're supposed to have by Friday. So there's been back and forth, especially for local government funds, raising it, but then there's some caveats in there that lose money, and so we're waiting to see that. They're talking about the pensions for the police and fire
be Thursday at Hartford.
Sorry, yeah, Thursday at Charter.
Any other questions on that?
Yeah.
Seeing none? We go to our fire chief, Chief Winnington.
Thank you, Mr. President. As you noticed, the front end was completed. The company did an amazing job. I appreciate Kevin's efforts on that. We're very happy. It's nice to walk out there without knowing about turning your ankle. The new firefighter that you guys sworn a couple weeks ago, he moved through his initial training very well. So we've already assigned him the shift. So all the shifts are back up to strength. Worked very, very hard. And, I think that he came through with exactly what we thought we were going to get out of him. So he's on shift, he'll still be, monitored by his on shift, and he'll still have to go through your probation, but haven't just do that quickly, kind of show you what kind of person he is, so I just want to let you know about that. Again, 4th of July is coming up, just a reminder to everybody, just because you can buy fireworks doesn't mean you can shoot off fireworks in the city. So I would say be very careful from the fire and EMS perspective, they are dangerous. There's really no safe firework, that's why the professionals do what they do, and we have a nice program up at the campus stadium. But I know we're going to have to be using them, I would just say that if you're going to do that, please be very careful. Other than that, we'll question.
Any questions for the chief? Seeing none, move on to our chief building official, Mr. Men.
Yeah, just on the last two items that were on the agenda. It is really nice, and I probably said this before, how the residents have really cleaned up the shoreline and have redone their slopes and their retaining walls. It's been pretty impressive how the East Lake people have really took part in this program, and I think it's been great for East Lake. We're like mayor, so working with businesses, and other than that, everything's moving pretty smoothly. That's fine.
Any questions for Mr. Men? Seeing none, move on to our service director, Mr. Zelnick.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Fire Chief. Appreciate your kind words. We have also, as Councilman Summit mentioned, completed the paving at the kayak club and boat ramp, and we'll be doing the Farragut pump station tomorrow for the Higgins course, which is saying that, so it should be done. Also, one other thing I wanted to add was that back on the pickleball courts at the senior center, we started installation and then they started doing it. So I'm hoping I'll be back to continue working on that, but I don't have a time frame from them, but that company did start and they are anticipating to do that. That concludes my report, and hopefully the questions.
Are there any questions for Mr. Zelnick? Seeing none, move on to our city engineer, Mr. Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council, Mr. Mayor. The Waverly Sewer is underway and proceeding as we had expected. The pavement program is behind now. We're waiting on paved prep, joint fabric to be installed, and then subsequent to that, paving will follow up with that open for question.
Is there any questions for Mr. Pointer?
I just have a comment, not a question. I just wanted to say that Febreze is doing a phenomenal job, and so is your guy that's out there too. I've seen him several times. And somebody who lives on that street, they're so communicative and really helping. I just want to see that problem as well.
Thank you, I'll pass that on. Appreciate it.
Any other questions? Seeing none, move to our law director, Clamor.
Mr. President, I have no report.
Any questions for Mr. Clamor? Seeing none, regular council meeting is adjourned at 7:35.
Chief,